Right. Welcome back to M&T. So, I mean, you probably can guess where I'm going to go if you've seen the drawing time lapse, the thumbnail itself, the episode title. Yeah. I was clicking around yesterday where I was planning on trying to figure out where to do, the campaign. And I eventually saw that Langzong has a sudden rise with the all-power cost reduction, which, I mean, comes with prestige decay, but an all-power cost reduction does sound like something interesting to have in the ideas. Plus, consumer goods output is fairly interesting, and reductions to idea costs, as well as topography impact on CEs reduced, and more rural production efficiency. Still, consumer goods output plus 10% is ridiculous. We also don't start with a best of population, 39 dev, but we do start a war with Vientiane, which seems like it's going to be very easy to conquer them in their entirety. And we also start off as a tributary again with Khmer, which isn't the greatest thing, but that's something that I can work with in a very interesting way, specifically drawing off their population by creating very, very productive cities. Of course, I also have to pay tribute, but I mean, I can kind of sort of get around that. Yeah. There is also the issue of the fact that the Laotian culture isn't particularly large, and several of my provinces are none of that culture. And even worse, literally all of my provinces start off pagan, while I happen to have a state religion of, well, Buddhist state religion, which is, so I've got provinces full of heathens. Plus there's also Chinese stuff to the north. And I'm ringed by Ayutthaya to the southeast, southwest, and to the northeast, Daiviet. Yeah. I'm gonna need allies, and I'm not sure where to get them. Champa might be interesting. It could also be very easily threatened by Khmer. It's obvious expansion direction, but we'll figure things out once the game starts. Yeah, that's outdated information. Or sort of. It's for the base game, which is 1444. Oh, that's interesting. I don't remember the ages being up there. The outliner changed, that's for sure. Okay, I start with centralism. Huh, cool. Massive army, interesting. Though nothing's gonna change until initialization has completed. Which is fairly quick now. Going to Imperial Crown would be good. But that's going to take a very long while. Alright, centralize the state. And do some aggressive policing to keep unrest down, because I'm going to have a very serious issue. They're Banfi. And I am Theravada. What are the religious buffs I get anyway? Plus 1% missionary strength, minus 20% merc cost, plus 1 yearly prestige. A lot. A good amount of tolerance of heretics and heathens. But I do also have increased years of separatism, which is somewhat countered by my ideas. I start with diplomacy and fortification, which aren't bad ideas. Fortification would not be my first choice, but it will be helpful in keeping things going. Difficulty normal, formal global tags, historical, tags. A few tags more. just in case. I do not get a unique mission tree. I do not seem to have a formable nation. Interesting. I thought there was, yeah, but maybe it's just for the Thai culture. Probably gonna have to take Khmu and Katu cultures as accepted cultures, but that shouldn't be that difficult. Huh. Okay, that's fascinating, the spread. Is it liable to spread any further is my question. Well, I will not know unless I look at the powers of the elites. Oh, jeez, that's 100%. 100% clients. Yikes. So the Khmu provinces will not get me anything. Nor with the Katu provinces. But the Laotian provinces? Okay, there are no clans. Wow. Okay, so there's the Laotian provinces that have all the regular styles of elites. All the other provinces are fully kitted out with clans, right? No. Some of the Katu provinces, well, okay, so the ones that are inside of a state that could be considered Khmer territory, does have a mix. This is also the province with, no, it doesn't have centralism, but it is fairly close. Yeah. And okay, set them all to autonomous. It's probably the easiest to handle like that. My army has 9 infantry, 5 cavalry, and I have an amazing general. Okay. PNTN has 1k troops. They're not gonna last. Of course, I also figured that this will not last either. Okay. Right. Delegate the tax code. I don't like the military being that high, so let's put everything on 20. Naval redelegation automatic. Delegate taxes. There we go. Prestige. Prestige decay is fast, so the cost will reduce possibly a little bit. On the other hand, okay, so oh geez, I have 5 different rivals. Sukhothai, Vientiane, Lana, Champa, and Hongmao. Well, at least Ayutthaya likes me. So improve relations with them. Start building a spy network to make this war as fast as possible. Oh yeah, I can't do the peace deal. I have their cores. Why, yes, I do. Oh, these are all my cores! Oh, I don't even need to core anything. That's nice. Pinya would also be relatively good as a friend. Okay, and leave one behind, just in case. 2 merchants, okay. Sadly, the Mekong node is a source node. That's where I have literally all my value in. Yeah. Doesn't seem like I have any precious metal provinces. That's kind of sad. Precious metal would help. Although none of the trade nodes are initialized anyway. Yes, that's the node. What is it called? The Chow Frya node. Okay. Okay, initial setup. 1 ducat. Oh, however could I afford such a thing? Yeah, probably should embrace centralism. I should wait a little bit to see how my expenses really look like. Huh, they won't tell me a revenue breakdown anymore. Yeah, the game has updated since the last time I played, so... Keep it light, these are my cores, and I am conquering. %. Yeah, let's have it at 10% of the treasury. Investment every 3 years. Add all own provinces and activate the manager. Okay. I beat the requirements. This will be extremely expensive. I do not have the stability to handle something like this. So I'm going to have to make the stability. Problem is that it's so unstable, I can barely get to 0. It's difficult to get to 0. And that's a problem. Because if I have trouble getting to 0 stability, reforms are going to be incredibly hard to push through. Even the simple ones. Well, not the simple ones, but... even something as small but helpful as... Okay. Yeah. Alright. Is this the best option? The fact that I improved the amount of influence the tribes have in order to gain back some loyalty is probably the reason why this is the case. And the nobles have partial monopolies. Yikes. I'm going to have to get rid of these. Wow, these privileges are awful. Look at them. Ceremonial favored outcomes. Yep, that's where their extra gravity is coming from. Got to get rid of their monopolies soonish, but this would severely help in everything. They're not going to like this. They're not going to like this one bit, but it's too important to pass up. 60 loyalty. Okay, they've gone to regular nobility. Not great, but it's something I can work with. Okay, I was not expecting a revolt. They're gonna have to sit there. Should be able to take them on, no trouble. Even with lowered morale. Thanks to drill buffs. It's fairly cheap, and an unrest reduction would be extremely helpful. Let's get chartered companies then. Merchants are usually conducted trade as individuals, each owning a small number of ships at most. By forming a merchant company with the blessing of local rulers, it allows merchants to collectively bargain for trade privileges such as monopolies. It was this which led to the rapid rise of the Hanse after its formation in 1356. Naval force limit plus 2%, trade range plus 30, trade efficiency plus 1%. Let's get sale of public office for the slight boost to stability. Yeah, reduced unrest will allow me to convert just a tad faster. Well, they're the ones that broke it, so I don't lose much out of. Well, I don't lose anything out of it. And there's no truce for me. There was no truce in the first place, but I can wait until they. I mean, the province was protected by. Okay, so keep it light. I am conquering after all. Those provinces to me. There's nothing else I can obtain off of them. I mean, I could vassalize them. I'm a little busy at the moment, but okay. Oh, they vanished off the map. Nope, those provinces are not something we wouldn't be able to obtain. Okay. Well, not anytime soon. I might never be able to obtain them. China is, after all, massive and powerful. They always are. If I beat them up a bit further, this should convince them to take just about any peace deal. Losing this fight. There we go. Okay. Right, so the rest I want is cash, basically. Something I want to double check to see is to see if $23.4. Okay, so I get a bit more just by clicking. Okay, that's fairly strange, but okay. Doesn't fit the agenda. I wish to secure the peace like that. Yep. Since I can't help. Yeah. No, their help will not arrive. Let me just put it that way. With land stress, cavalry shock plus 0.3. Yeah. I will have a much easier time getting through, well, any battle with them. Although they have even more advanced cavalry than I did. Great. I haven't been tacking up that much in order to save on points, though, so it's not really that big of a deal. Well, now we have Great Zhao. Let us entertain independence. Let's see how long that lasts. I mean, I'll be fine with turning into a tributary state eventually. I do want to see if that will do anything against Tibet, though, because Tibet actually has quite a few provinces that could reasonably be described as Chinese. Okay, that should keep liturgy desire low. Over time I should build up enough favors to start transferring trust to them, well, increasing their trust. And I have enough Diplo rep to overcome the fact that they have better Diplo tech, which I will rather reliably have to deal with as an issue. Very good buffer trade power, jeez. I'm gonna have to pick up trade ideas though. That's the only way I can get to Commerce Law 8. Which I'm going to need to independently invent commercialization because there's absolutely no way I am going to get it via Sprint. Even all the way over here in Caramon, it's not there. I don't know why I know these provinces, I just do. But it's not quite. I am not going to be able to get anything from spread. Not until the Europeans come knocking in. And by then it would be too late. So I absolutely need to pick up trade ideas first. But that's just the general rule. If you're... Unless you're inside Europe, your first idea group ought to be trade ideas. Because you're going to need to finish them in order to get commercialization, which is necessary for the other, well, institutions. That has not changed, has it? Nope. Everything requires commercialization or casual literacy, which itself needs commercialization. There's a couple that need scientific method, one that needs scientific method and commercialization. Although, how do you expect to get scientific method without commercialization? Because you need casual literacy for scientific methods. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best idea. Just grab it now. See if I can take advantage of well-advised and the low amount of corruption that I have. Because that corruption That lack of corruption is not going to last. I'll focus diplo points to get through the idea group as quickly as possible. Trade law. I am not reading this because I read this every time. So merchants from trade centers plus 40%, trade range plus 10%. Safe routes, ship trade power plus 10%. That's useless for me. Trade ports, trade posts, provincial trade power plus 10%. Yeah, this is a good point to stop it. Well, they renamed themselves to Ava. Okay. Let's immediately upgrade to late medieval tactics because I cannot afford to lag too far behind on mill tech. Alright. Mill tactics plus 0.1, combat was plus 2, infantry shock plus 0.1. Let's do the old factional stuff. Strategic marriage, disown a popular relative. I can afford the various hits for now. Hold grand celebrations. Oh, that is something I could do. Interesting. Reduce tributes. Expand our authority. Promote the chief's action. Continue supporting burgher autonomy. I need to start working on commerce law. And I need to have them be at 15 average power, and then pick up either trade ideas, plutocracy ideas, which aren't happening because I'm not a republic, or get them to 20 average power. Okay, so. It was a good start. The war with Vientiane is basically a foregone conclusion. Every single province is a core of mine, so, and I had 12 times as many troops as they had starting out. No, 14 times as many troops as they had starting out. It's a bloody mess at the moment, though, with how much... There's so many wars going on over the course of the last 25 years. Khmer's basically gone again. Split between Ayutthaya, myself, and Champa. Champa was invaded by Daivia, who ended up taking, I think, a province. And then turned them into tributaries. Turned Champa into a tributary. They may have taken 2 provinces, but I can't tell where Champa begins and where it ends. No. Because there's also some Tram territories that Daivia definitely started with. I know that for sure. So. The whole wars for China have basically finished. We now have Great Zhao. And Great Yuan has collapsed completely. They're gone now. With Mongolus having taken some time to take advantage of that. From the looks of it, yeah. Though I do wonder when Great Zhao is going to come knocking on Daivia's door, because Daivia does have 3 provinces that are kind of Middle Kingdom provinces. And they also have Dali as a tributary state, so... I don't think they're a close... They are a close tributary. Oh. So... yeah, that's going to be interesting. They just were dealing with Meadow Comms. It doesn't look like they were doing that specifically to get provinces of China. I think they just wanted to be imperialistic and all. Yeah, the mandate is, well, assuming that the recently unified China isn't going to last forever, it's probable that the mandate will remain middle of the line. I don't think they're going to be able to stick it at 100. Though after that happened, I did get this interesting decision: claim Celestial Empire. After owning at least 20 cities, 70 legitimacy, and then own. One of the following must be true. Is that just a list of all Chinese provinces? Because if that's all I need, I don't know why. Of course, that many cores would severely reduce your prestige gain, that's correct. Yeah. Anyway, right. I have gotten started on trade ideas. The military situation is inconsistent. I'm sticking to 12 right now because of, well, the fact that Daviet's sitting right there and is rival to me. Things were nice for a while, but that didn't last. I also managed to go to nobility from seigneury, which is nice, and I might be able to do it again if I can get the bureaucrats to get to 30 influence, because the nobles are still fairly weak thanks to the power cap mechanics of tribes. The power isn't increasing that much either. In fact, if I were to not to do the strategic merge, the power would not rise anymore, which is nice. Of course, improving military organization is not going to be easy. But I already have a military idea group starting out. I figure with free tendency I'll go ahead and grab bureaucracy ideas because the starting situation when it comes to tribals has several for Longsong anyway, has several provinces with 100% tribal influence. Yeah. That is not fun to deal with. But I'm slowly building up state reach. And I've been trying to keep things stable, though the religious situation makes this more difficult. Well, it does help because a very large portion of Vientiane's provinces start out Theraveda. Practically all of my other provinces are Banfi. Yeah, converting them is going to take a while. Which is why my stability is so questionable, because my religious unity is so low. But progress is being made. Stability means that things are doing slightly better. If I do wish more exhaustion would go down, that would help. I'm getting a reasonable amount of progress. 2.6% isn't amazing, but it's fast enough to happen every couple years. A conversion tech occurs for each missionary, and they'll slowly convert my provinces. With time, things will get better. I've also gone ahead and, as soon as possible, accepted Katu and, well, promoted Katu and Khmu cultures, which are the two largest Cambodian cultures inside of my country. I figure the Khmu cultures will slowly disappear and convert to Laotian. No, I did say slowly. That one's at 2.5%. This one's at 2.12%, 2.03%, 2.15%. Yeah. The Katu will probably take time too. 0.5%. Wow. 0.5%. I do expect this one to go a bit faster. 1.5%. Jeez. They even have the correct religion. I do have the option to do other rivals, but they're both my allies, so... No, not a good idea yet. There's not really much else to say. There hasn't been enough time for much to happen. I have been working towards increasing burger power in the hopes of getting commercialization eventually, because that's very important, and I do say eventually because it's going to take forever to get to the point where I can have that. Okay, claim. Yeah. Oh well. It's a slow process, but it's going to be done eventually. Hopefully, I don't die in the process of trying to do this. And hey, we gotta start somewhere, especially with something like Langsang. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.